In an effort to avoid having to go to voters for tax increases, state lawmakers have increasingly turned to fees.
Yeah, but that may have gone too far this year with a fee that's triggered backlash from some of the nation's biggest car and truck rental companies. Your political reporter, Sean Boyd, joins us now to talk more about this. So, Sean, what kind of backlash are we talking about?
Well, the kind that could drastically limit lawmakers' ability to impose those fees going forward. The American Car Rental Association, which represents companies like Enterprise and U-Haul, is threatening to sue and backing two ballot measures that would redefine fees and require voter approval for some of the biggest fees. From bags to deliveries to ride shares, lawmakers have enacted hundreds of millions of dollars in new fees over the last few years. But when Democrats introduced a bill imposing a $3 a day fee on car and truck rentals to fund mass transit projects, rental companies warned them it would be a violation of federal law, which prohibits fees on airport businesses if those fees don't benefit the airport. Greg Scott with the American Car Rental Association says dozens of other states have dropped similar bills after learning about the law.
Colorado is the first state that has ignored it.
And he says it could cost DIA tens of millions of dollars in federal funding. The implications to the rental industry go beyond Colorado.
Other states will take Colorado's lead and come after our consumers with additional taxes. We don't want that to happen.
Which is why he says the organization is considering suing the state and is putting money behind two ballot measures that would impact not only rental car fees, but most fees in Colorado. They would require new or increased fees be paid only by people who directly benefit from them, and mass transit fees specifically be voter approved and paid only by people who live in the areas served by the transit.
It's not the car rental company, it's not Avis or Enterprise or that sort of thing paying these taxes. It's you and me, the consumer, the renters. They're passed through to the renters. So let's be clear whose wallet this is coming out of.
A spokesperson for Governor Polis told me most transit projects are funded by road user fees and said, quote, it's reckless for out-of-state special interests who already benefit from special tax treatments to threaten the financial stability of the state to line their own pockets. Scott says it's our pockets, again, that will be impacted. Half of rental car costs, he says, are taxes and fees. He also notes the industry employs 6,000 Coloradans. Attorneys for Democrats are now suing to keep those ballot measures off the ballot, and they are constitutional. So if they pass, lawmakers couldn't change them. And given the fee frenzy that we've seen at the Capitol in recent years, they could very well pass.
Yeah, odds are in their favor. Thank you so much, Sean.
Later this weekend.